Good morning, everyone. I am Jake Darren, and I've been going to Riverstone for 2 years, although it seems like a lot longer. I know that's a cliche, right? But in all seriousness, this opportunity has affected me as a person in ways that no other distinct person, place, or thing has even come close to. So to start the speech off, I'd like to start with thank yous. Andrea, my science teacher, math buddy, and the person I always look to when I need a smile. I know the first year you were here, which was also mine, was rough for you. You came in about halfway and had to teach us a full credit's worth of science and catch us up in math. Well, you did it. I'm now going into pre-calc and taking my ACT in June. Thanks for a lot more work. I'm just kidding. It's a huge accomplishment to deal with me. You made me enjoy science, and even on Mondays. Seriously, how do you do it? I need this kind of manipulation that you have. Everyone I've heard talk about you always talks about how you're like from heaven. You're an angel in a sundress, Blues Mom. She's so sweet. She's basically
Sunbeam, not
Sunbeam?
angel.
She's so sweet. She's basically a star. Well, if we're talking about stars, you wouldn't have to be the North Star or the brightest. I'd imagine you like a star in a beautiful constellation, made up of you and others among you, all working together to create something great. Something we can only imagine to become one day, and you're already there. And here we are, and you're sharing it with us. Thank you. Okay, that's gonna be hard to recreate. Sophia, poor Sophia, the one that made the mistake of accepting me here in the first place. Well, it's too late to take it back. Good times. I kid you not, the second week of school I managed to peg Sophia in the face with a football. How she put up with me after that will never cease to amaze all. But here I am graduating a school that makes me feel like I'm a new student, but also a veteran every day. Here I am staring down at her, wondering why she had faith in me and my academics. You took me from the lowest Spanish group to the second highest. Why? It was one of the hardest struggles I've had academically. But I managed to go to the fun time Spanish but actually Italian dinner in Mexico. You taught two of my favorite subjects and made me love them more, humanities and Socratic seminar. At the beginning I loved the books but hated discussing them, and by the end of the year I was leading most of the seminars and coming up with the most controversial topics. I swear everyone hated me between 10 and 11 on Mondays. I've got to know you so much better over the course of this past year, and it's been a fabulous 2 years spending with you. But this isn't goodbye. I'll be back. Even if it's just to say hi, I'll be there. Now for the most important teacher, every individual person that has ever taught me something. My parents are fulfilling a great achievement in human history, keeping up with me and teaching me everything about society. And I'm not dead, so good job, guys. Andrea, or for Tacho, Andrea too, thank you for everything on the Mexico trip. Where are you? Hi. You were such a blast to everyone, including me. You kept seeking the adventure and not just the experience. The whole time you were excited about living like it was worth all the dehydration and exhaustion. You were crazy, but so are we. Thank you. Now the people who chose to deal with my insanity, my friends. You know who you are. Some I only got to know this year, and some are long friends from last year. But in this 2-year time frame, you taught me to see the world as a brighter place. I'm now expecting things from people, and it's going to be hard for people to break your records. You better stay in touch, because otherwise, I'll find you. Finally, one of my favorite people on this planet. I was blessed to be this lady's grandson. My grandma, I can full-heartedly say, is the best. Any challengers? No? Okay, cool. You would have lost. She has always been there doing everything for us. And even though I don't want her to sometimes, she finds a way. She's taught me everything you do counts. Every little interaction, every little word, every look matters. Everything starts small. A half step in music can change a minor chord major. Friendships start with simple conversations. Wars start with the smallest disagreements. And sometimes you have to change the Mother's Day card to fit your liking. Alright, time for some good memories. Mexico was definitely one of my favorite experiences. We got to see Musa, the underwater museum, and Chichen Itza. We got to jump into a cenote and snorkeled And snorkeling turned into jumping off top of a deck boat, which you saw earlier. Chase Haley and I experienced the best steak this whole universe has ever tasted. Casa del Chase y Jaque is not over Chase, okay? It's a feeling, not a place. I spent the whole trip waiting for Sophia to complain so I could pull a, Sophia, this trip is not about you, it's about culture. And the waiting paid off. After that, our van met Tacho and Toby, Thomas, Dobie. Okay. Tacho was a Mayan tour guide who taught us some Mayan phrases around 7:30 in the morning. You can imagine how that went. When I was writing this speech, it was so hard to come up with one or two memorable experiences. And by that I mean just one or two. I was sitting writing the speech looking at all the objects in our class, and I mean everything. And everyone brought back a memory. Good and bad. The project that McKenna and I accomplished. Coffee house dishes. I know, right? The dishes. Well, Blue and I organized them one time in corresponding order of the rainbow, and they were so uneven that we placed a cup and a plate on top of our science dummy. They're still there. Orange and red. Why must they be so selfish?
I don't know.
My Spanish project for Ecuador, the one I was sick for, and was supposed to present the next week. Then the next week. That's what I've been waiting for. Man, this was incredible. There's just something about this opportunity that makes me feel amazing inside. I don't know why, but I'll never forget this. That's saying something. I mean, I'd forget my head if it wasn't attached to my body. I was pushed to the limits on things that mattered and got to relax on things I didn't. Andrea forced me to perform at Coffee House, and Laura stepped in the manager role. I hate you for it. But God, it was worth it. I practiced like I had 5 performances. Oh wait, I did. Thank you. I did it thanks to you. I learned 2 pieces I never thought I'd get down, and was writing this before I even performed, but I know I did it for her. Past Jake says hi, by the way. I actually did a project in Spanish. I mean, I didn't present it, but I had it ready. Trust me. I studied and I'm still in group 2 to this day. The school has only been 2 years of my life. That's 12 that was left to a different school. But there's just something different about it. I will forget some/most of everything I did from pre-K to 6th grade. And now I'm worried about my high school experience because I don't know how it could be better than this. This school has saved my academics. I hated math and science. I never got time to practice what I love most. And now I'm 2 grades above the average math level and performing professionally for piano. I'm going to North Paulding for high school. What do I hope to accomplish? That's a great question. At best, I plan to be what I want to be and play and study music. At worst, I want to become a memorable person in society. Something that changes something. Even just a few lives matter. Touch a soul. You and I never know what the future holds, but I've always loved the thought of the future since I was yay high. There's plenty of horrid things that can happen, but think of everything that can make it beautiful. It changes your whole perspective. You suddenly are taking risks and doing things that you'd only imagine when you were yay high. It was a wonderful opportunity to come here and speak and share my career as a Montessori student. I saved my quote for the conclusion because I thought it wrapped everything up. And yes, it's a very nerdy quote. Maybe there's only a dark road ahead, but you still have to believe and keep going. Believe that the stars will light your path, even a little bit. Come on, let's go on a journey. Thank you.